So admittedly, this week is pretty much going to be dominated by Black Ops 4 come 2-3 days from now, whenever the reveal starts to happen, and then we end up getting all sorts of different content from different YouTubers, different media outlets, Call of Duty themselves, and that's something that I'm really looking forward to. If you guys don't know, I'm actually going out to that, so if you guys are interested in any of that, make sure that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. But while there is a daunting amount of Black Ops 4 stuff right on the immediate horizon, there is actually still a little bit of stuff we can look forward to in Call of Duty World War II this week, even given that entire reveal happening. So today, we're gonna take a look at 7 different things you can look out for this upcoming week in Call of Duty World War II. But before we do that, we got something a little bit new here on the channel. We actually have a sponsor for this video, so before we jump into that, let's talk a little bit about today's sponsor, Dollar Shave Club. If you've been around the channel for a while, you'll know that my ability to grow a mustache isn't exactly, well, good at all. Luckily, if you're like me or not but want to get your daily routine started off right, I bet you didn't know that Dollar Shave Club, yes, that Dollar Shave Club has all your grooming products needed. Toothpaste, body wash, hairstyling products, everything you need to look, feel, and smell your best, not just razors. Did you know that part? Because I sure didn't whenever I checked them out. And that's exactly who saves me every single time I get rid of the thing above my lip. With this deal exclusively on today's video, Dollar Shave Club is basically giving away their daily essential starter set to new members for only $5. It features 3 trial-sized versions of their most popular products that helps you stay fresh and clean along with their executive razor. In your first box, you'll receive their shave butter, which I personally use, and I gotta say, it's the best dang butter I've ever used. Their body wash, and their One Wipe Charlie butt wipes. You'll also receive their executive razor, which includes their premium weighty handle and a full cassette of cartridges. After the first box, replacement cartridges are sent out for only a few bucks a month. This $5 offer is available at dollarshaveclub.com/espresso. That's one more time, dollarshaveclub.com/espresso. So thank you to Dollar Shave Club for sponsoring this video, and check them out if you're interested. So jumping into it, let's talk about the first thing here up on the deck to look out for, that being a new weapon contract. This past week, we saw the Sterling for 30 hip fire kills in a 1-hour time frame, all costing you 5,000 armory credits. Now, in the grand scheme of things, if you don't have one of the new DLC weapons, that being the Sterling in any variant, this is actually a great deal for you guys, and if you have not cashed out on it already and you still need the Sterling, definitely try and do that before it refreshes starting tomorrow. But that's something that I would take a look out for. Once again, I said that I wasn't really going to kind of theorize which one would be next, and honestly, I don't know, so your guess is as good as mine, but I do find it so peculiar still that we ended up seeing Winter Siege items almost on a pattern of going through all that, and then we jump up to the newest one in the weapon DLC release time frame. So it is what it is, and I guess we'll see tomorrow what that actually may be. Personally, I'm hoping for maybe one of the pistols, because I actually didn't buy either the Reichs revolver or the Enfield #2, simply because I didn't think they were worth it to spend what was about like 35 to 40,000 armory credits for each collection. So I personally missed out on that one, but again, it could be whatever weapon. We don't know just yet, but keep an eye out for that. That's something that's gonna be refreshing. The second thing that I would actually take a look at is possibly a new bribe being available in the Quartermaster. This entire week, we have the ability to get a winter bribe for 35 matches completed from Corporal Green in the Quartermaster, but as it stands right now, I actually wouldn't be surprised if this ends up not being the only bribe that we end up seeing in World War II in the Quartermaster. We saw the final offering of Twitch Prime giving us new content for this month, and usually what we have in terms of bribes and different things in the Quartermaster run in conjunction with what Twitch Prime offers, so that if you don't have Twitch Prime, you can still organically get those things that are being offered to the players, but if you do have it, it's just another extra set of things that you can end up getting. So for this month's Twitch Prime is the Ultimate Supply Drop Pack, which was including 1 dupe protected heroic uniform bribe, 1 dupe protected weapon charm bribe, 1 epic item, and 6 random items as well, with 3 dupe protected Winter Siege items and 3 dupe protected resistance items in an event bribe in that capacity. So we might actually see this once again switch out for a resistance bribe, or something that maybe in a week's time, once the month is half over, in the sense of the refresh calendar for Twitch Prime, maybe we end up seeing it then, but I think that this would be actually a great opportunity to switch it out and go for that resistance bribe. So we might see that coming on the horizon as well, but stick around for that. Number 3 up on the list of things to look out for is a brand new mode coming to World War II, though it is a mode we've seen actually in Call of Duty, so returning in some sense like that, that being One Shot. Now, One Shot is going to be, as Sledgehammer put it, available in TDM and Domination variants, but it's going to be a snipers only playlist. We're still relatively in the dark on how things will work out other than what game modes that'll be offered in, but we don't know, say, the weaponry that we'll be able to use, obviously, because there are multiple bolt action sniper rifles. If it follows follows any sort of resemblance of what we had in Advanced Warfare, it's going to be bolts only. So maybe we end up getting a rotation of the Kar 98K, the M1903, the Lee Enfield, the M38, those sort of weapons. Maybe we see a rotation very similar to Gun Game where you don't have the same weapon every single match and it changes up every one. We don't know exactly, but that's definitely going to be one that I'm really looking forward to, and I was a huge fan of One Shot back in Advanced Warfare, so I'm definitely excited to see this coming back. As for an ETA, they didn't give it to us as of their update talking about it initially on Friday's blog post, but I would guess with the introduction of a new mode within Weekend Warfare, that being the throwback playlist for this weekend, then my best guess is maybe it ends up coming on Friday for the Weekend Warfare for this upcoming weekend, but it might actually start tomorrow as in Tuesday, so we'll see exactly how that plays out, but keep your eyes open for those two dates and for a mode that is definitely sure to be a lot of fun. The next one also deals with another game mode, but this one that we've already seen in World War II, but coming back as a permanent mode. That being Ground War. So for those of you guys that wondered why it was taken out within Blitzkrieg, well, your guess is firstly as good as mine, but it doesn't matter because it is coming back as of this week. On a Wednesday, it's going to be back as a permanent stable mode within Call of Duty World War II, and honestly, I'm gonna be jumping in and playing on that so much. Whenever it was a featured mode for Blitzkrieg, honestly, whenever I went and played that and went back to play 6v6, it felt so slow I couldn't find anybody essentially. So just up that pace of a game that I already enjoy, so I was definitely all for that one. But for those of you guys that really were bummed out that it was taken out, don't worry, it's coming back and is not going anywhere for the rest of the lifespan of World War II. So from Wednesday till the end of time, essentially, you'll be able to play Ground War in Call of Duty World War II, so get excited for that. The next thing I want to talk about is a little bit of a more technical standpoint and something that I'm hoping will be resolved as of this week, but that dealing with a little bit of the bribes. For those of you guys that remember, a couple of weeks back with the Blitzkrieg event, we ended up seeing a couple of bribes given out, both in the Quartermaster as a paid option, but then also things as a special order that you could grind out and actually work really hard towards. But the thing with those is those bribes were not supposed to give you duplicate items, but upon opening them, many players in the community ended up getting duplicate items. So whether or not you grinded and wasted your time for that, or you actually paid physical money for them, you didn't get what you were promised. So therefore, Activision support has been working on a little bit of a make good on this. They haven't given all that much detail on how they're going to do it just yet. They mentioned it both on a Reddit post and then also in the blog post as of Friday that they're still working on it. So I'd hope that this is something we get a little bit more information on at some point during the week, maybe during Friday's blog post, but that also is something that we don't know exactly just yet, but it has been talked about enough to the point where I would expect at least a little bit of information at some point during the week. So keep your eyes open for that one. Hopefully that's something that is resolved, especially if you were affected by those bribe duplicates. That's something that of course should never happen, so really hoping that they compensate those that were affected well. The second and last thing that I want to mention to you guys is a little bit of a final push for the War Bonds event within World War II. So for those of you guys that don't know what that is, it is something that started a couple of days ago and goes until again tomorrow the 15th, but this is where you could end up getting a total of 500 COD points for free. Now again, that might not seem like all that much, but it's 500 free COD points that I didn't have before, that you didn't have before. It's very simple to do. All you have to do is at some point during the last few days, log on to World War II, go to your mail station, you should see 200 COD points there. Then all you have to do to get another 200 COD points is complete 10 multiplayer matches, and then that'll once again put the COD points in your mail station once again, and the final 100 that you can end up getting is for simply signing up for the newsletter. So for those of you guys that were signed up before this event started, you should have gotten them within the first couple of hours to the first day or two of this little promotional event happening, but if you signed up during the event, you should be able to get it within the next couple of days. So that is something that there's a little bit of a time delay on when you can actually get those, which is unfortunate, but they will come at some point in the near future, so hang on out for that. The only thing that I'm kind of bummed about is the fact that on the first day they ran a promotion for 5 rare supply drops for that 500 COD points, so if you weren't signed up for the newsletter already, you missed out on that by default, which is unfortunate because it was pretty much a timed bundle to go out with that promo of the COD points. So it was literally perfectly in conjunction with that, but a lot of people may have missed out on it. So I'm hoping they bring it back in the near future so that if you do have those 500 COD points, you can get that for essentially just nothing and just simply playing the game and taking a part of this event. That'd be awesome, but I guess we'll see, and hope for the best. And the final thing is kind of a guaranteed thing at this point, but we just don't know what we'll be seeing out of this. That being the continuation of the weapon variant daily orders from Major Howard. So we saw as of recently a couple of different weapons have new variants added into them, that being the BAR Cool Hand 2, the M1928 Wayfinder Epic and Buck Private 2, the Lewis Boulevardier 2, and the English Oak 2, the Bren King Country Epic, as well as the Crown 2 Heroic. Then we had the P08 Duradler Epic and the P08 Abwehr 2 Heroic added in, and then finally the 1911 Juno 2 Heroic was added in on top of all of that. So we had all those weapons added in as of the most recent update to World War II. We haven't seen any more added in since then, but these daily orders will keep rolling up and giving us new weapon variants of those that we have yet to see, because out of this list we have seen a couple already. But then after that, maybe in about a week to 2 weeks time, we'll see another addition of new weapon variants added into these so that we can see these daily orders continuing to go on a little bit further. So that said, keep your eyes out for that one. I'm personally looking forward to the BAR or the Bar Cool Hand 2. Really excited for that one. I still need to finish my M1928 Wayfinder Epic order for that, but then I'd like to see maybe the Boulevardier 2 for the Lewis, and I guess maybe the Abwehr 2 for the P08. I'm not really a pistol guy, but that was one that still out of the offering of what we had as of recently. It was a nice looking one, but nonetheless, make sure you're playing and getting those orders so you get those weapon variants for free. But the last thing I want to note is something that really isn't guaranteed, but something that I would like to see, that being finally an update on the Prestige token warning, because like we talked about, I think it was back in February, Sledgehammer offered up the introduction of something they were working on called the Prestige token warning system, in which instead of going in and unlocking something by mistakenly using your Prestige token, it would give you a little prompt asking you if you were sure you wanted to do that, almost as if you were going to Prestige. So that's something that of course I would love to see come, because I've wasted all of my Prestige tokens on accidentally using them. I think I've maybe used one out of my almost 10 Prestiges now on something that I actually wanted. But I'm not sure if that would come this week, but I'm hopeful that we end up seeing something in the near future. But that said, that is 7 things, and I guess kind of 8 if you throw that last one in there, things to look out for within Call of Duty World War II this week. I was actually really surprised that there is a lot to look forward to this week, given how much is going to be coming within Black Ops 4 as well. So it's going to be a big week if you're a Call of Duty fan, so definitely get excited for that. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Love to get your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Is there anything in particular out of what we listed or that we didn't list in Call of Duty World War II you guys are excited for, or are you guys excited for Black Ops 4's official reveal coming this Thursday? I know that I definitely am. I'm going to be out there once again in Los Angeles bringing you guys the best possible content that I can, and I do believe that I actually will get some hands-on time with it to hopefully show you guys some gameplay of it as well. So make sure you stick it right here on the channel if you guys are interested in any of that. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like down below, hit the subscribe button if you guys want to stay up to date with everything Call of Duty World War II, and of course Black Ops 4 early content. So I'm definitely excited to share that with you guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you guys want to see any of that. And of course, if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, that's the best place to get connected from outside of YouTube. Practically live on Twitter, so if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below. And also, I'm trying to get more active over on Instagram, especially this upcoming week while we travel. Make sure you guys follow over on that front if you guys want to stay connected over there as well. But all that said and out of the way, thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully you guys had a fantastic day. Mine has been Espresso. Take care, and peace.